I really don't deserve this, but action.
If nominated, I will not run.
Yes, it was not me. It was all good. All good. Right. Oh, sweet.
We're live. Test, test, test. Can anyone hear me? Test, test, test. Test. Can someone say if they hear me on Periscope? Yes, thank you. We will be live probably in a couple minutes. So just stand by.
Stand with Beyonce. Nope, it's good. Hi from Atlanta.
Hi, Atlanta.
Flying dream.
We usually get about 1,000.
Thanks. I'll keep reading for you.
I used to get like 4 and be like, wait,
Hold this up in front of the Periscope so everybody will jump on my What?
I used to
You're getting hearts now.
Hearts, they like us.
Hey everybody, Woody's here.
Hey, thanks for the hearts.
Woody's here, everybody.
I'll put a lot of hearts.
Official press for Ryan Ryan.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
It's going to get serious. Hi, Melissa. Thanks again for all you do.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
We ran out.
Wow. Hello, y'all. Hello. What do you do?
Is Romano still in?
Thanks for sharing. Sure. Oh, that should be.
Patrol.
Comprende?
Yeah. Woody's here, everybody. It's official.
Watch Jackson News. Much better than the other two.
Pick up a newspaper on your
This also
way to work.
ads in front of Periscope.
Remember, she doesn't understand what it means, she'll just block you.
Got that?
Yes.
I'm gonna send it in a picture.
Sure. Is there a way you can turn that off now? All these replies, it's hilarious.
Well, it lets you capture the video from the podcast, and the words aren't there, so you just go right over it.
This says in regards to the police officer or firefighter. That's one guy.
Everybody ready?
Only for someone with 4 stars.
Are we all ready? Okay, good afternoon. I'm Under Sheriff Pat Ivey. I appreciate y'all coming out. I kind of wish it was under better circumstances. But yesterday afternoon, about 4:50 in the afternoon, officers responded to 4923 West University Boulevard, Coors Bar, in reference to a dispute between first day employee at the bar and management. At the end of that incident, the first day employee was asked to leave, refused to do so, and was arrested for trespass after warning and resisting officers with violence. A short time later, she was transported to the jail, and I think you guys should have a copy of her docket. Do they?
No, but that's probably not.
Okay. She was transported to jail, and upon being in the Sally Port, she approached one of the original arresting officers. He then physically restrained her, and during the restraint, she, while handcuffed, attempted to kick him, and he proceeded to strike her multiple times. So that employee is 1-year veteran, 26-year-old Akiyemi Borisadi. Like I say, he was hired March 15th or March 2nd of 2015. He is a probationary police officer, and he has been arrested and charged with battery on her. He has also been terminated, his employment here with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and he is a probationary employee, so therefore he does not have civil service protections. So I will take a few questions.
How long's the probation should run for?
I think it's 18 months now, once they're out of training.
How, can you describe to us how his beating of her, or however you want to characterize it, is different than a proper way to restrain a prisoner who's maybe attacking you or striking you?
I probably couldn't give you a statement that would cover all possible scenarios. We are actually going to provide you a copy of the video that shows the incident. Again, she's handcuffed. There are ways that this could have been dealt with without striking her.
Can you elaborate, we haven't seen the video yet, but can you elaborate about what's on the video?
You will see her standing in the Sally Port. You will see a couple other defendants being waited to be admitted. You'll see a couple police officers, including the subject officer and a couple others. You will see her walk over in the direction of the officer and other officers because they're kind of standing together. You will see him take her and in a backwardly direction, her walking backwards up against the wall. You will see her attempt to kick him once, a miss, kick him again, and then you will see him strike her multiple times.
Were there other officers, I'm assuming, that were on scene with
Yes, there
him?
were.
What did they do in response?
You had one officer that walked over to him, and you can tell he puts his hand on the subject officer's arm. There's no audio, but the subject officer then at that point lets go of her because he's got her in a position after striking her that she's bent over, and you can't see it's from his back where he has a hold of her. And then he just lets go and walks back over to the location where he was originally at. So the corrections officers actually notified the sworn personnel, the police officers, supervisor who responded, and then the normal channels through our integrity and internal units got involved.
What, has he had any problems in the past?
He is a probationary employee, and he has an unblemished record before now.
How should he have reacted to her trying to kick him? And what is the protocol there for?
He could have turned her around and held her in a transporting position that they are trained in, back over to the location to wait by the door. He could have stood there with her, but there was no need to strike her.
Can you say what her employment as far as what her job was?
Hers?
Other than an employee?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Did he know her in the hospital or anything?
Say it again?
Did she have to be transported to the
No,
hospital?
she did not.
Did he know her?
There's nothing to say that they knew each other.
Did
other
she
than
have
this.
the rights to, and maybe this is, to press any sort of charges, or can you speak to that?
Her?
Yes.
So how it works is he is being criminally charged with battery. She is the listed victim.
Okay, can you say that without beating the police?
Oh, got you messed your sound up there? He is the suspect for the simple battery, and she is the listed victim.
And I don't want to disparage the sheriff's office, but there's probably, by people who are locked up, rumors always out there that I'm mistreated in jail. Would you say this is an indicator that if something bad does happen in jail with a prisoner, that you guys do take it seriously?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This thing, she didn't report this. It was dealt with immediately. The chain of events is the investigation took until this morning. I can even tell you I was on the phone until 1 o'clock this morning in reference to this, and then they still had some interviews to do because, as you will see in the video, there are several people in the Sally Port. But then the decision was made, and we conferred with the state attorney, and here we are.
Has he said anything about why he did acted the way he did?
I'm not going to comment on his statement.
Where did this actually happen?
When?
When?
About a little after 6 p.m. last night.
6 p.m. last night. And what bar was the first,
The first incident was at Scores Bar, 4923 West University Boulevard.
He said where she was struck on her body.
You'll be able to tell. It happens kind of fast and from the angle of the camera, but it is at least in the chest, abdomen, shoulder, neck, head area in this. It looks like it's in this region here.
And were they punches, or can you say,
They're hand strikes.
Can you describe what kind of police officer he was? You said he's a patrol officer?
That's like a major generalized question there. What do you mean? Patrol. He's patrolman.
Yeah.
He's patrolman. He has been out on his own riding solo for 2 months.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Does he have any opportunity to appeal the termination? Yes.
So when you're on probation, he doesn't have those civil service privileges. What he is afforded is what's called a name-clearing hearing. And what that does is it affords him the opportunity to come in and at least clear his name so he can, because you're talking beyond his employment with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, you're talking about his police certificate. And that would be dealt with the commission in Tallahassee. So he's afforded the opportunity here to do a name-clearing hearing, and then all that is then provided to the commission.
Sorry, so the commission in Tallahassee?
Yes, it's the Law Enforcement Commission.
So his hearing would be with them or with JSO?
He doesn't have, he's not allowed, you mean a hearing for a
The
certificate?
name clearing hearing, who's the agency?
He has the hearing with us, and they are provided all details of the arrest and booking report, the final write-up summation, everything that we can provide to them for them to make a very advised decision in reference to a certificate.
Did he have any prior law enforcement experience?
I have no idea.
Any other questions? And he's worked with JSO for a little over a year now.
March 2nd, 2015 hire date.
All right.
Yep, thank you.
Can we ask you about the JFRD officer that was arrested?